So welcome back. It's end of week 6 now. So I've had a few roadblocks, if you will, this last week. So I've got a Baker's cyst behind my left knee. So it just sort of, it's an injury that I'm prone to having. Like my mum had it, so I think maybe like a genetic thing. Basically, I haven't been doing much leg work, but I'm just trying to do extra upper body work at the moment. / do a little bit more cardio if I can as well. Otherwise, also the macros, I just partly out of being really busy at work, partly out of not wanting to have that much protein, partly out of I want more energy throughout the day. I've actually decreased the amount of protein I'm having per day, but I've increased the amount of carbs I'm having per day. Now, obviously, they're both the same caloric value, so that in the grand scheme of things, like in terms of calories, the same amount of calories. But if I could say what's better, it would be better to have a high protein diet because, I mean, like technically it would be better to have a high protein diet because your body burns more energy just to digest protein. But the way I see it at the moment is like the bottom line is I want to get it done, and I want to still be able to like be human in some degree. And also, because I've had a long training experience, I've been training for 29 now, so about 10 years or so. Like I have a decent amount of muscle that will stick around even though I'm not having that much protein. So yeah, yes, I may lose a bit more muscle doing it this way, but it's just something that I've had to just take the bullet for, basically. Other than that, we're entering the last 2 weeks, the hardest last 2 weeks, more cardio, which I actually like. I'm one of those weirdos that likes doing more cardio and stuff like that. So that'll be exciting. And also, and now this last phase, the volume of all what we're doing just goes up again. So let's go back to start. Phase 1 was like medium amount of volume. Phase 2 was like it was more strength, but you could equate it to more volume. And then this last phase is even more more volume, as in like just more high reps, like 12, 15 reps. And again, for these last 3 weeks, we go a touch low on the calories. Yeah, and just now, I just got to get it done for the last 2 weeks. You just basically be patient, be calm, get it done. All right, so now we're going to look at what's actually happening. We're going to go through the photos again, we're going to go through a video again, and we're also going to do my measurements one more time before the final measurement. So this is sort of like the last big exam, if you will, to see that we're on target to continue to lose fat without any plateaus. By the way, if you're watching this, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. If you need any further assistance with what we're doing and why we're doing it, please put in a comment. Other than that, keep watching the video. Awesome. All right, so we're going to have a look at my photo results of week 0 to week 6 where we're at now. So as you can see, like I am significantly leaner now, which is good to see. The backs again, how different my back looks now is one that I predict to look a lot better over the course of the like the whole period, basically, only because I feel like it's something that I've grown quite well, and how fast it got leaner in the first 2 weeks was like sort of indicative that it will get quite lean and it will be quite noticeable, which is good to see. Again, the side shots are a bit funny. You can't really see too much. You can see I am a bit leaner. Like you can see my deltoid more now. My arms a bit more leaner as well. And even more right. So up until now, only my left shoulder's been started getting leaner. Now my right shoulder's getting leaner, so I mean it's a positive sign. As a whole, I feel a lot lighter. You know what? So that was halfway point. That was 2 weeks ago. I don't think the photos do justice how, like the actual, how much my body has changed in size over the last 6 weeks, and even over the last 2 weeks, you can see I'm again a bit more flatter, a touch more leaner. So now, after you've been dieting, after you've been dieting for like over a month now, and you've been doing everything quite consistently, your body tends to fight back harder now. So that's what I think we're seeing at the moment. So like if you compare my changes from week 0 to week 2 compared to week 4 to week 6, like you can blatantly tell that like the change isn't as much at the moment, if that makes sense. Because again, you're like the leaner you get, the more alarm bells start going off with the body, and you wanted to keep your like healthy body fat there. However, I'm happy. As I said, like I injured my left leg, so I'm not doing any or much leg exercise at the moment, which has sort of made it a little bit harder. I'm trying to be conservative with my cardio. I'm trying not to do as much running, rather just do the assault bike. But other than that, I'm pretty happy. I mean, we've got 2 more weeks to go. Everything looks pretty much on track. Actually, that view looks good there. So you can see, like you can evidently see my pec getting bigger / leaner. So let's check out the measurements. Alright guys, so now we're going to break down 5 common fitness myths that I don't want you to fall victim of. And number 1 is one that I grew up wholeheartedly believing, and it's you have to eat protein within 30 minutes of your workout, and it was called the anabolic window, which basically was believed that if you didn't eat in 30 minutes of your workout, you would not get the gains from that workout. So like we would literally run from our workout, go to the change room, get a protein shake and have protein. Like it was like nuts. Anyway, like since then, science has proven that like it's not necessarily like the immediate how close you have your protein to your workout, more so whether you're having enough protein throughout the day. So how much protein you have throughout the day trumps you having protein directly after your workout or directly before your workout. In terms of like muscle growth and strength, okay? So it's just the total protein consumption as opposed to like straight away after your workout. Number 2, artificial sweeteners are bad for you. Now, so the common belief or thought is that aspartate, which is a common ingredient in most of the artificial sweeteners, causes cancer. Now, that has been shown in animal studies where they like largely overloaded the animals with aspartate, and then people have gone on to just hypothesize that's going to occur with humans. But like if you have them on a relatively sort of standard basis, you're not going crazily overboard, they do not cause any harm. Number 3, it's going to catch a lot of people off guard. Exercise is not the best way to lose fat. Now, I'll explain why. The more you exercise, the better your body gets at exercising, so therefore you burn less calories. So it's almost like a means to an end. As opposed, what's way more important is how many calories you're eating. So when people say to me like, I'm just going to exercise more and that's going to help me lose fat, you probably won't lose fat. You're probably just going to exercise more, increase your appetite and eat more, and then you probably gain weight if anything. So keep in mind, like if you want to get one thing right, get your diet right if you want to lose fat. Exercise will come along, but get your diet right first. Okay, so that's why I stress so much at the beginning of the 8-week fat loss series about doing your measurements, about getting your calories. Nothing's great, there's no gray areas. You know exactly what you're doing, you know how much you should be eating every day, you know you should be dropping calories at this point, no mucking around. All right, so number 4 is that a high protein diet is bad for your kidneys. So this is sort of like an old wives' tale, you know, believing that too much protein is bad for you. I mean, at the end of the day, protein, like fat, like carbs, like alcohol, is just another macronutrient. Now, people have hypothesized, if you will, that a high amount of protein, so whatever, like, so just for the record, by the way, like what the nutritional guidelines sort of recommend you to have is like what I would consider low. So like if they can, I think they consider like 2 grams per kilogram as high, which it is. They found that people who already had kidney issues, protein made that kidney issue worse. But if you're a healthy person and you have no current kidney issues, a high protein diet is completely fine for you. So that's the bulk of you. Number 5, and again, this is moving away from yesteryear to today, and it's basically it's a belief that you have to feel sore as hell after every workout. Now, I commonly see a phrase around Instagram, and it's stimulate, do not annihilate. I like that phrase. I don't usually like most phrases on Instagram, but I like that one. It's stimulate, do not annihilate. And it basically goes back to the premise of like, if you just work out your muscle, let's say you make it 60 or 70% fatigued on a Monday, and then you can train again on a Wednesday, then you can train again on a Friday. As opposed to like, if you just absolutely berserk with your, with that set of muscle group on a Monday, you can't train that muscle until next week, Monday. So you're missing out on a lot of volume from not training on Wednesday and not training on Friday. All in the, in the attempt to just do harder working sets. Another thing, you don't want to be going out of your way to train hard. You want to be going out of your way to train not hard, as far as you can. So again, it just does not make like you wouldn't want to be chasing to be sore, if that makes sense. You're going to feel sore regardless. What does make you feel sore is foreign movements. So foreign movement patterns, like maybe it's your first day, you're doing a push-up, that's going to give you fatigue, or just more of what you've done before. So some sort of progressive overload. So today last week you did 2 sets of 10 push-ups. This week you did 4 sets of 10 push-ups. That's probably going to cause you some sort of a DOMS soreness effect. And for the record, the science community still doesn't actually know a clear answer to what DOMS actually is. Like they have a few hypotheses, but they don't have a clear answer. So for people to say you have to feel sore after a workout, but we don't know what happens or why we feel sore, it basically shows how silly that thought is really. So it's the end of episode 7, week 6. So I'm coming into the last phase next week, which is going to be challenging in terms of my actual workload. But then again, what I'm excited about is I generally find the best results at that last period where I'm doing the most amount of cardio, so I'm excited about that. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like this video, and don't forget to check out other videos if you aren't up to date with this with today's episode.